The docking bay of Station Kepler 442 hummed with the familiar rhythm of ships coming and going. Marcus Chen wiped grease from his hands onto his already stained coveralls, squinting at the plasma torch he'd just repaired. Another 12-hour shift, another pile of broken equipment fixed. That's what humans did best out here on the frontier, they fixed things. Mr. Chen? A small voice, barely audible over the mechanical din, caught his attention. Marcus turned to find Zixlar standing at the edge of his workspace. The Vorigan child couldn't have been more than 7 cycles old, his bioluminescent skin flickering with nervous purple patterns. His 4 eyes blinked in sequence, the way Vorigans did when they were upset. "Hey there, little guy. Shouldn't you be in the residential sector? It's late." Marcus checked his chrono. Station time read 2300 hours. "I can't sleep," Zixlar said, his translator collar rendering his chittering speech into accented standard. "The sounds are too loud. The walls are too quiet." Marcus knew what that meant. The boy's father, Captain Vorksan, had been gone for 3 months now. His cargo hauler had disappeared in the Scorpio Drift, one of dozens of ships lost to pirates, equipment failure, or the vast indifference of space. The station authorities had declared him missing, presumed lost. They'd moved Zixlar to the orphan quarters 2 weeks ago. The human mechanic set down his tools. "Come here. I've got something that might help." Zixlar approached cautiously, his 6-fingered hands clutched together. Marcus pulled out a small stool and gestured for the boy to sit. Then he rummaged through his tool chest until he found what he was looking for: a small music player, battered and ancient by galactic standards. "This belonged to my grandfather," Marcus said, offering the device to Zixlar. "When I was scared as a kid, he'd play me songs. Human songs. They're simple, but they helped." Zixlar's skin pattern shifted to curious orange. "Your grandfather? Where is he?" "He never came back either," Marcus said quietly. "Colony ship accident 40 years ago. But he taught me something before he left for that last trip." "Want to know what it was?" The boy nodded, all 4 eyes fixed on Marcus. "He said that family isn't just about who shares your blood, or your silicon-based neural structure in your case." Marcus smiled gently. "Family is who shows up. Who stays." Zixlar's bioluminescence dimmed to sad blue. "Nobody shows up for me anymore. The station workers feed me. The educators teach me. But nobody stays." Marcus felt something crack in his chest. He'd seen this before. Alien orphans lost in the bureaucratic machinery of the station, shuffled between caretakers, never quite fitting in. Humans understood loss. Maybe that's why they were good at building things. You couldn't build without first understanding what it meant for something to break. "What if I stayed?" Marcus heard himself say. "Just for tonight. I could tell you about Earth, about where humans come from." Zixlar's patterns brightened slightly. "You would do that?" "Sure, kid. Let me close up shop." That night, Marcus walked Zixlar back to the residential sector. He sat on the floor of the boys' small quarters back against the wall and talked. He talked about Earth's oceans, about mountains that touched clouds, about cities that glowed with 1 billion lights. He talked until Zixlar's bioluminescence settled into the steady green of peaceful sleep. The next night, Marcus found Zixlar waiting at his workshop again. "Can you tell me more stories?" the boy asked, so Marcus did. "And the night after that? And the night after that?" Word spread through the station's human contingent. Sarah Martinez, a shuttle pilot, started bringing Zixlar sweets from the commissary. Dmitry Volkov, a cargo handler, taught the boy how to play chess. Elena Rodriguez, a botanist, showed him earth plants in the hydroponics bay. Humans, Marcus realized, had a strange compulsion. They couldn't see something broken without trying to fix it, and a child's grief was just another kind of broken machine. 6 months passed. Marcus had moved Zixlar out of the orphan quarters and into a spare room in the human habitat section. It required 17 forms, 9 official appeals, and 1 very heated argument with Station Administrator Keith Rex. But humans were stubborn. Marcus was particularly stubborn. "Why do you do this?" Keith Rex had asked, genuinely confused. "The child is not your species. This is not your obligation." Marcus had looked the insectoid administrator in the compound eyes and said simply, "That's exactly why we do it." One evening, as Marcus was teaching Zixlar how to repair a plasma coupling, the boy's pattern suddenly flashed bright white, the Vorigan expression of profound realization. "Mr. Chen?" "Yeah, buddy?" "I understand now. About family." Zixlar's translator couldn't quite capture the emotion in his voice, but Marcus heard it anyway. "My daddy never came back. But you stayed every night. Marcus's throat tightened. Yeah, kid. I did. Does that mean... Zixlar's pattern cycled through uncertain colors. Does that mean you're my daddy now? The mechanic put down his tools. He looked at this alien child with his 4 eyes and glowing skin and 6-fingered hands, and saw something universal. He saw a kid who needed someone to show up. If you want me to be, Marcus said. I'm not going anywhere. Zixlar's bioluminescence blazed golden, pure joy. He launched himself at Marcus, wrapping thin arms around the human's neck. Marcus held him tight, this strange alien child who'd somehow become his son. That's what humans did, Marcus thought. They showed up. They stayed. They fixed broken things, whether those things were engines, ships, or hearts. And sometimes in the vast darkness of space, that was enough to light the way home.